Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back. We're doing some reviews. We start with Spikeeleslie. Spikeeleslie. Is as you guys can see, he's just the level 18, and he has a really a basic question that I understand really well. Because this question, I need some direction. I don't really know what to focus on at this point in the game. Well, you're in the beginning stage of the game, right? So there's a few things that I will note that you should focus on. Um, First off, this is important. Every time you do arena or you do your rivals, you will get like glory points, and you can buy buildings with that, right? You've done that. But this mysterious plant, this thing, you need to make sure that that's your first priority to upgrade. But also try to get a Devilmon every week. The Devilmon costs 180 glory points, and then start upgrading your mystery plant. Those two are the main priorities of your for your glory points. What should you focus on then? Well, basically is getting a team together. So let's see what you have. We need to get like 4 monsters that you want to start using. 5 actually, because that's for PvP. A lot of the time you need 5. So let's just see what we have. You have the water vampire and the wind one. So the wind one is actually pretty damn good. He looks a lot like the water one, but the wind one has a better late skill. That blow is good, and he has a good leader skill. So this vampire will be staying with you for a long time, because he will be very useful for later on, because he gives resistance in dungeons, and the dungeons means halls, all the kind of halls, hall of magic, halls of fire, all those kind of things, and halls of heroes, for example, the secret dungeons, all those kind of things. Giants, dragons are all dungeons, so that's where he's really good. He really is a good leader there. So that's definitely a unit you want to put on your team. I think because you have both, I would just focus on the wind one. But maybe if you don't have any other units that are really great, then maybe the water one as well. But the wind one for sure. Then the warbear. This is a unit you want to keep, and you want to start awaken him, and try to feed all the other bearmen to him. Warbear, sorry. Warbear. Try to feed all the warbears to him to get him skill up. When he's awakened, he gets this skill, clean shot. Basically, if your warbear is half that and has like 5k, do the clean shot, you do 5k. That's really strong. Early in the game this is really strong, but late game it's also really strong. So definitely a unit you want to focus on. Let's see what we have else. What do we have? I'm just checking what units there are overall. I see you have 2 other warbears, so you can feed them to the one you just have. I'm not gonna suggest your Epicon Water Priest. Why not? This unit is kind of outdated, outdone. She's still good, but she needs a lot of effort to become really great. And I'm not gonna set you on this spot. Maybe when you're level 30 to something like that, then you maybe want to start getting your Epicon Priest so he can solo Fame on Volcano. But for now, that's not really that's not needed. So don't focus on the Epicon Priest. So for now, Vampire, the Warbear, and I'm gonna suggest you the next monster, and that's the Garuda, the water one. The Garuda is a really good monster. First of all, it's also a good monster for you because it's really easy to awaken. And when he's awakened, you get peace. And peace gives you remove all harmful effects on allies and recover HP by 15. So it's a healer, and it also gives you if you have a debuff on you, you'll get rid of it. That's really strong. and useful. Late game this is going to be useful. So also this monster will be good late game. So it's always worth to put the effort into it. Also, his first skill has a chance of stunning, and his second skill gives a power buff and attack gauge buff on one of the units. So what you could do with him is research, that's the skill, do that on your vampire and he can attack again. That's really strong. Don't underestimate that. Also, the Garuda is easy to get. You already have here a fire Garuda here. So feed every other Garuda to him so you can get all his skills up. He's quite a lot of skills. This will make the unit very strong as well. And this will be a very good unit for you to keep and to level. Now we got 3 guys. So we got the Wind Vampire, I'll click on them. The Wind Vampire, the Warbear, and the Water Garuda. So we need 2 more in total to focus on. So let's see. You got 2 of the new units. So let's check if there are any good to go for. Anybody? I'm just checking it out and then I'll tell you what I think. Critical hits has a chance of stunning. That's not too. This one is interesting. Destruction Wedge has a arrow that cannot be removed. So if I read it correct, it cannot be dispelled either. So that's pretty good. It weakens the defense for 2 turns and 75 with a 75 chance. So that's a good chance of weakening their defense. Blocks beneficial effects and disturbs HP recovery. It's actually a pretty good unit here, because the Destruction Wedge can basically put a lot of debuffs on one unit that you could focus down. But I must say, you already have the Vampire, and if I'm not mistaken, he decreased attack power and speed, but also when he's awakened the HP, right? So might not be, well, no, actually this will work really well, because as you can see, that blow deals a fatal blow to one enemy. The damage increased 25 by 25 for each harmful effect. That's really good. That's actually really good. Okay, you should level him as well and make that one of your units. The reason for that is for two things. First of all, he has a leader skill. That's attack speed in arena, which is useful. That's something you want. So you have your leader skill there. Second of all, his Destruction Wedge does 3 different debuffs. So when you put that on and you attack with Fatal Blow of your Vampire, or you put maybe even Weaken on, then Fatal Blow, when he's awakened, is going to do a lot of damage, and that's really going to help you in PvE. Also in PvP, but in PvE as well. PvE being person versus the environment. Hard word to pronounce. And then we got the Taoist. I think he might be worth it. Let's see. Okay, just an attack with high crit. Attacks all enemies 2 times, so that's pretty good. Phantom decrease. The attack gauge with their strength. I think this is actually a pretty good skill. Inflicts great damage with a great frame. I think he could actually be your next unit to focus on as well. So let's see what we got. We got the Wind Vampire, the Wind Warbear, the Fire Taoist, the Wind Beast Hunter, and the Water Garuda. So that seems like a pretty decent team. Also a monster that you could consider is the Inferno. The reason for that, he has an Adrenaline which will help you get more crits, but also help you with attack more often because it fills the attack bar. But he's not the greatest, and I would suggest the Taoist over him. So I think those monsters are good. If you focus on them, you have a pretty good team. You can take your Vampire for the dungeons, and you can take the Beast Hunter for arena when he's awakened, for the leader I mean. And for, I think in the normal stages you won't have a skill right now, but that's not a big deal. It's not like the burst. that you don't have a leader skill right there. Because I think this doesn't affect on the story mode. But that's okay, that's not a problem. I don't think they will get anything, right? Okay, I'll discuss runes real quick. You want him to go fatal focus as you have. Oh, you've been watching. That's really good. I would suggest you to rerune this to attack percent rune. I don't think I need to help you, because you know what you're doing. You're just trying to find the correct runes. If you need help with that, let me know, but I feel like you're looking things up really well, because all the runes that you have are correctly. This guy needs a lot of accuracy because of his last skill needs to hit. And the Garuda just needs to be alive, and you want him to be a bit faster, so a speed rune on 2. Swift energy would be decent, and later on you can just go with just 1 speed rune and then endure, energy, guard, all those kind of runes. If you focus with those on those units that I just said, you will do a great job. I'm very sure that will be a great team to begin with. And obviously you're gonna get summons, and that might be better. But the Garuda, the Wind Vampire and the Wind Warbear will always stick with you for the rest of the game, because those units are just really strong in a lot of situations. And I think the Taoist plus the Beast Hunter are one of the units that are really good right now. I think they're pretty good. I must say I'm not 100% sure, but I think they're better than a lot of other monsters. There might be I might be wrong about like the Taoist being better, for example, than the Serpent, but the Taoist is just a cooler unit, and I think you need a fire attacker. That will help you quite a bit. If you have trouble and you really need another healer, you have your Wind Garuda. Well, he's not awakened, so that doesn't help. But you have your Epcon Priest. You could take her with you for an extra healer if you want to, but that's only when you need it. So the Epcon Priest is a bit on the later stages, so you might want to use her. But yeah, for the rest, try to focus on getting the normal stages done. When you're finished, when you can beat Famous Volcano stage 1, or well, the first level of Famous Volcano, when you can beat that and farm that, level up your monsters in there, and try to get like the good rune sets on the new monsters, and then try to beat like Giants B2 and B3, get some runes there. Then the Vampire will be your leader, and then you could farm your way up. Eventually get, when you're like level 25 to 30, you can start awakening the higher quality monsters like your Vampire. You could maybe do it earlier, but they're pretty hard. But I mean, Ramagos, I think the Taoist and the Beast Hunter and the Water Garudas are relatively easy to awaken, so that's actually a good thing. Plus the Warbear and the Garuda are very easy to skill up, so I would do that as well. Before you skill up the Garuda, I would awaken him, because then you have a chance of getting skills in peace, and that's a lot more useful than getting them in the first skill. Even though the first skill is really good with skills up. Same goes, no, I don't know if his skills would, yeah, same goes for your Ramagos. Okay, this was your review, hope it was helpful. If you have any more questions about runes or anything, please let me know, but I think those are the major things. That is a good setup to go with, and get a Devilmon each week. Don't use them yet, don't use them at all, till you get a really good monster, but currently you don't need it, and level up your power plant. Yeah, I'll be right back with the next review. Okay, I'm back at Adrii0ngod. Adrii0ngod, yeah, I think it's pronounced like that. Your question is, check out my monsters and tell me which monsters I should focus on for Giants B10 and Arena. One thing I don't know, you're level 26, so how are you gonna do Giants B10? That's not gonna happen. I obviously could tell you which monsters are good, but they are just good like for later stages. I will just say which monsters are good and what you should use in Arena right now. Okay? You got some good quality units, I know that, so that's really good. Let me read some of the skills because I'm not 100% sure about everyone. Select. The Brownie Magician Water is actually not the greatest because he does it random to remove beneficial effects. That is a bit annoying. Otherwise he would have been amazing. Okay, what units to focus on? Well, these 3 units are not that great. And the Water Rakshasa is also, well, I mean, they're good units, don't get me wrong, but they're just not the best. So, let's see, we have the Water Sylph. That's one of the greatest units for water. In my opinion, it's one of the greatest. Also, it's going to be your speed leader, 19%. What you want to do with her is swift focus and high accuracy percent. So the accuracy percent rune should be there. And then get attack percent runes on the 4 slot, and accuracy percent rune on 6. Then we have I think we go with Seek. He's a good buffer that will help you clear some of the content. I think the setup you use is very good. You want to try to get a bit more crit, but you'll work on that. But the runes are correct. We got a ninja, really good unit later on for giants and other kind of bosses because of the continuous damage dots. I think you're doing a good job with what runes you have. Only this rune needs to be. Eventually I would go for HP percent because it's an HP monster and that will help him survive, but you got the idea of getting HP on it, so that's good. Got some good runes here, even a 6-star, that's pretty cool. So we got the ninja, we got Sylph, Ninja, Sieg. The Fire Joker is also a good monster. I definitely suggest you using it. But you have a lot of good monsters, so well, you don't have a lot of monsters, but all your monsters are good. So we got like a fatal set on it. Obviously you want to get attack percent here, and on 6 you want to have accuracy percent, and then those two should be focus runes. We got the Wind Undine. She's really strong because of 2 things. Mind Shock inflicts damage and puts a skill on cooldown. This could prevent somebody from reviving or doing some big attack, so that's really good. Definitely save her. Also, the Spirit Blessing giving you immunity is great, and the HP recovery is also nice. Really good supportive unit, so definitely keep her. We got Pirate, good one-shot monster, but you also have the Wind Ninja, so I would focus on the Wind Ninja first and then on the Period. The Water Samurai is pretty okay, but I wouldn't focus on him right now. Like, if I were you, I would put my focus on the Sylph, the Fire Joker, the Wind Ninja, Seek, and the Undine. That's where I should put my focus on. Later on you want to add maybe Megan to the mix, because that gives a defensive buff and an attack gauge buff when she's awakened, and get her up in speed. And maybe you also want your Period to join the team, because he gives a nice leader skill for PvE, and also he has a pretty good skill set, but I don't think he's the best for PvP. and maybe even later on you want to add the Raksasa. So what I would say to you, do not get rid of any of these monsters, not even the Brown Magician, only the Unigami you could get rid of. But the rest you should definitely keep. I would focus on your Sylph, Inugami, Orochi, Udine and the Fire Joker. And after you got that team like a bit of complete, that will then you can start worrying about the rest. What will be your offense or defense? Because it's going to be the same. Your Sylph is going to be the leader. You will take your Undine with you, your Fire Joker and your Sieg. I think that's the best setup you could do right now. And also it's pretty good because when your Sylph has a good amount of accuracy, she will be controlling the units with Hailstorm. You have buffs from Sieg doing more damage, and your bombs of Joker, when he has enough accuracy, he needs like 50% because the bombs get 50. You'll land those, they're being controlled with bombs on their head, and then you can just buff yourself with immunity so you won't get controlled and they will die of your bombs and the damage of the rest. So that's a real good setup. I think that's a setup you can use till pretty far in the game. Eventually you'll replace Sieg for your Megan or Mystic Witch, because that will give you an attack gauge buff, which is even making that combo stronger. Okay, that was the review for you. I hope you got a good idea of what you should level. Also, I know you asked for Giants V10. Wind Ninja, the Undine, both pretty good units for Giants overall. And the Joker could also be decent there. But you're not gonna do Giants V10 anytime soon. You will do some of the other Giants, but the team I just suggested you will be able to do that. I'm pretty sure. If you rune them up correctly and get them awakened eventually, you'll be able to do, I think, like B7 or B6 to B7 at that point. So you should be good. Okay, this was the review. I only do 2 right now. So if there's any questions, let me know. And I hope you guys got the good information you need. You're both just starting out pretty much. I must say, Adrii0ngod, you have a lot of good summons, and your account looks great. You even had the time to make an iron, pretty cool looking island. So definitely keep it up, man, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna be a good summoner later on. So keep it up. Yeah, that was it, guys. So this was it, guys. So I'll see you guys later. Probably not today, but later.